Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This is Manuel Oil Paints. My name is Manuel Rodriguez, and today I'm really excited because I will be starting a new painting. As you can see, this is larger on size. This is a 36 by 36 or 3 feet by 3 feet size painting that I'll be doing, and I'll be painting this boat here. I don't know if you can see from where you are, but this boat has a story that I really like to share. It's a boat that I live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and this boat appeared on the shore of Lake Michigan a few months ago. It's February now, February 15th. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. 2025, and this boat appeared since 2024 on the shore, and it's been there since then. I'll talk more about it as I paint, but there was a lot of talk about it during the on the internet when it appeared, and how nobody claimed it or removed it. So I thought it was a very interesting thing that happened, right? And I went to see it for myself, and as time goes on, like everything, it's been wearing out little by little. People now graffitied the boat, like always. They decorated it with lights during Christmas, and I've just been keeping track of this boat, and I've been really inspired to paint it. So it's kind of like an inside joke. Only, I guess, only people from Milwaukee in this time period will understand. When they see this painting, they will say, "Oh, I recognize that." So it's a little funny, the story behind this boat, but at the same time, this picture that I took is really beautiful. Captures lots of nice colors, and I thought it would be nice to paint it in a larger scale. So I'll be starting this painting here. Now, this is the first video that I record in which I will be showing you my process right from the very beginning. That's why my canvas is all completely white. It's a gallery wrapped canvas, which is a little thicker on the sides. And the plan for this is to paint all of it and sell it, right? Or put it up in an exhibition. So I'm very excited to start this project. Today I woke up, I didn't know I was going to start it today. But I was going through my pictures and I saw it, and I just felt the inspiration to start. So I will be doing that, and the first part of this video, or this video in particular, is going to be on the drawing side of things, how I go about drawing the subject, and maybe the beginning parts of the painting, which is just with a single tone. I'll be painting with a burnt sienna color, just an idea, a representation of this boat. And this is raw footage. I haven't planned what I'll be talking about or anything. As always, I'm just going to show you and pass the time with you as I paint. So I hope you enjoy, and I'll be dividing this video into segments as I complete this painting. I don't know how long it will take, but I will definitely keep you posted as I develop this painting. So I'm going to get started right away. And one thing I do, by the way, I'm so happy that I get to paint standing up. I usually record sitting down. I'm a guitar player and I practice a lot. That's my main job, to teach and play guitar, and I spend a lot of time sitting down. And when I paint during my off time, excuse me, when I paint during my off time, I still sit down. So sometimes I sit down for very long. So having this large painting is really exciting because it just feels very nice and free to work standing up. So that's one thing that I'm really happy about. But anyway, so to get to the process of painting, so as you can hear, when I hit my canvas on the center, it sounds like a drum. And this is a nice little trick I learned that is really interesting to see. But what I do pretty much now before I begin, I spray my painting, my canvas, through on the back side, not on top, but I've turned around my canvas, and I spray it with water, and that tightens the canvas, and it makes it less loose. So when I bought this, it was well stretched, but it didn't have this drum effect, right? So I like the feeling of painting on a tight canvas. So now I adopted this new thing. Get yourself some water, spray it on the back, and watch the magic happen right in front of your eyes. Your canvas will get tight. If you ever have a piece of canvas that is not well stretched, that solves the problem usually. So that's the first thing I did. I sprayed the back with water. Now I'm just going to grab this ruler, and I will be dividing this canvas into quadrants. So this is a 36-inch, right? So right at 18, I will draw a small line. That's good. I'll do it up here. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just to get an idea of the center of the canvas, and then draw the line. Now with the line, I'm not too heavy. Because I don't want it to appear through my painting, right? I mean, I will cover it with paint anyway, but I just don't like to be heavy on the charcoal. So now flip it. This one's a little heavier than usual, so then I will have to make sure I harness it properly at the end. That can be a video for another time. But I do the same here. Now some people will divide their canvas into a grid, and some people will do squares every square inch, or every 2 inches, or every 3 inches. I think that I've done that before, and I think it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. If that helps you and that works for you really well, then go ahead. But for me, I don't like to divide it so much, because it feels like it creates too much limitation on the free form of drawing. So I don't know if that makes sense. So I try to draw more just by eye, not too much focusing on grids. And I feel like that helps me develop my drawing skills, but also saves me time, because honestly, breaking the canvas down into a grid is a little boring for me, and I don't want to divide it into too many squares. So all I do is cross like this. So now I have 4 quadrants to work with, and as you can see, my drawing here, or my printout of the boat, I folded the page into fourths already, so I can see the same grid line here. So I don't know how it's going to turn out in the beginning. Sometimes my drawings are great on the first try, other times I struggle, but that is all part of painting, right? So we'll see what happens. Now that I've done this, that was pretty quick. The next step, I grab a large brush like this. This is a 2-inch brush, like the one Bob Ross used. It's actually Bob Ross brand, if you like it. I like it so far. I have another one here, this one. I have this one that is not, it's very cheap, and sometimes cheap brushes are good, but this one in particular I didn't like, because it doesn't catch the paint very well. So I bought this one, has a more like fluffy hairs, and so far I've liked it. But any brush works. You can even use a piece of paper to do what I'm about to do. It's no big deal. You grab some mineral spirits. Here I have them. And in the beginning of the painting, I work a lot with just solvent, right, which is mineral spirits, to make the paint flow easily. So in fact, I'm going to even kind of smear some here. This is a big ground that I'm trying to cover, so I don't want to take too long doing this. Because if I go in small brush strokes, then it's gonna take forever to do this. So I just grab some paint, dilute it with mineral spirits, and here we go. Big strokes. I'm gonna grab some more. Now the mineral spirits, even though they're odorless, they are harmful. They have harmful vapors that you don't want to be inhaling all the time. So the ideal thing to do is to have ventilation as you do this. Proper ventilation. Now I don't have here a lot of ventilation. I could open the window, but it's like 10 degrees outside. It just snowed, so I'm not going to open it. You might think I'm crazy, but I only work with the mineral spirits in the beginning, so I would be more concerned if I used it all the time. So I'm just going to be more liberal here with my paint. So as you can see, it doesn't really come on the canvas very well. It doesn't stick very nice. So I just grab a little piece of paper and I kind of do this. Okay, I have to watch out. I didn't do my line too clear, so I might have to redo it because I'm erasing it a little bit. And I just do that. I wipe it with the rag to evenly spread my paint. And this is how I usually start a painting. I have my tea here. Maybe I should put it over here, and I have my water here too. So I don't want to have any mineral spirits in my water, right? So I'm just going to put it away from there. And I sometimes become a little impatient. So I start working faster when I become impatient like that. Now, I don't want to really paint this white canvas completely perfect because it's not important really to make it look nice and even. This is just to tone the canvas so that way it's not white. We don't want it to be white when we start. Well, some people don't mind. I sometimes don't tone the canvas either when I paint, but for this one, I want to tone it because I'm going to be developing my drawing on a toned canvas already. So I usually do this before I record a video because this could be called like I don't even need this yet. You could consider this a boring stage of painting, right? I mean, we're just covering it up with diluted paint, and I don't see a big point in recording myself doing this, but like I said, I want to show you how I do things from the very beginning. So getting a little rough here. And you see I just grab paint where I put it where I see there's white. And then I spread it out. And that's how I prepare my canvas. Now in this stage you want to be careful not to grab too much paint. As you can see, with your experience, you might think I'm taking very long to do this, but I'm just being careful because I don't want to grab too much pigment and then start with a very dark canvas. I want it to be nice and light, and I'd rather go slow than go too quick and then have a dark canvas, because if that happens to you, if you put too much paint on it on accident, then you have to grab mineral spirits and remove it or spread it out, right? So that wastes time in my opinion. So I'd rather do this. There we go. Better. I feel like I'm washing a car here, or drying the car. It's the same motion I use to dry my car. And my teacher used to say, why are you taking so long? Why you don't need to paint this perfect, right? I used to try to make everything equal and beautiful, but this is just the beginning stage. This bottom side, give it a flip. And I'm almost done here with this stage. I'm just gonna grab a little more mineral spirits. Now I'm starting to think I maybe should open the window, because that's a lot of chemicals I'm using here. But that's the other things too. If you use too many mineral spirits, then the painting is going to be very wet, and when you start painting on it, the paint might start to drip off of it. So just like you don't want to use too much paint, you also don't want to use too much solid or mineral spirits. So here we go, looking good. It's looking good. I'm losing my center line, so I'm going to maybe give it another go. Yep, and that's pretty good. Maybe a little more here. That's good. Like I said, doesn't have to be perfect. Just evenly covered in a tone. Why do we do this? Because it helps you see color better. Even though I'm just using one color, it helps you see the true color better, and also it sets a nice tone for my value study, which I'm about to do after I finish drawing. So there we go. So like I said, I'm going to maybe give it another pass with the pencil. I can still see the line, but I want to see it a little more in this stage. So I take it back. Maybe be a little heavier on your pencil when you do this. There we go. Good. Flip. This easel has been really nice so far. I liked it a lot since I bought it. So it fits large paintings like this one. And I'm excited to see how this turns out. We'll see. It's gonna be a beautiful boat and a nice memory. And there we go. So now we have a toned canvas ready to begin the drawing stage. So join me for part 2, the drawing stage of the video.